is more oppressive to women in their countries? Iran or here in America in the Trump administration?
Here in America in the Trump administration.
Okay, why so?
He puts himself first and doesn't put America.
I would say the Trump administration for now.
I feel like Trump oppresses us to an extent because like we still have like our freedoms and stuff like that, but he's trying to get rid of them too.
You really think that Iran's government, their laws and their policies, is it equal oppressive as Donald Trump?
Yes, they can both be oppressive. Why is it a competition?
Iran or America, who's more oppressive?
Ask a woman. How about you?
What is a woman? How would I know who to ask? I'm here at USF in my America First shirt that you can get at lhmerchant.com to support my work. Win-win. We're asking students today, which country has more oppressive laws and policy towards women? Iran or Trump's America? You can probably guess what they'll say. Let's get into it.
الله أكبر مجدنا يعود الله أكبر مجدنا يعود هذا النصر وعد موعود هذا النصر وعد موعود بعون الله نحن صامدون بعون الله نحن صامدون.
You gotta pick someone here. There's no like third option. Who do you think is more oppressive to their civilians? The Ayatollah, Supreme Leader of Iran, or Donald Trump and his administration?
I'm sorry, I'm busy. I'm got classes.
Do you have a quick answer?
No, not really. Sorry.
No? Okay. It took more time to tell me he had to go to class than just to say the Supreme Leader of Iran. Which government is more oppressive towards their women? Iran or here in America under the Trump administration?
Do I have to?
You gotta answer.
I got to?
Yeah.
I don't want to. This is exactly why I don't want to.
He knows the answer. Who is more oppressive to their citizens, the Trump administration or the government in Iran?
How is this relevant?
Oh. You guys don't have phones, do you? Yes, you do. You know how it's relevant. Yeah.
How is it relevant to the current administration's problems? It's like comparing any other.
Me asking you this question has nothing to do with the administration's problems.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just a question for college students. Who do you think is more oppressive, the Trump administration or the government in Iran?
I mean, that totally depends on how transparent our current government is. I wouldn't say that it is fully transparent.
Okay.
So we don't really know. You know,
So
the
you can't make a
other
decision at
countries
this time.
Outside, I feel like they'd have a better opinion.
All right, friends. Hi. Who is more oppressive towards women in their country? Iran or the Trump administration? Actually, I'd love to get your answer about what a woman is, actually. I have a question for you. Who is more oppressive to their women in their countries? You have two options. Iran under their government, or the Trump administration here in America.
I don't really think I'm the best knowledgeable on this subject, so I don't know either.
No?
I'd rather not answer.
You guys don't know, just off the top of your heads, who would be more oppressive to women in the country? Iran's government, their supreme leader, the Ayatollah, or Trump and his administration here in America?
In their own ways.
I don't think it's a competition. They can both be oppressive. Why is it a competition?
Yeah. Well, there is one right answer of who is more oppressive to women. And so do you guys know the right answer?
I guess there's a biased answer, whichever one you think it is.
Which one do you think it is?
Oh, I don't think it's comparable necessarily. I think oppressive in their own ways.
But is one more oppressive towards women?
On what basis? On what scale?
Their laws are oppressive towards women. Which government, which country has more oppressive laws towards women? Iran or America under the Trump administration?
Isn't that also based on what the laws are?
Who is more oppressive towards their citizens? The Iranian government or Donald Trump's administration?
Towards our citizens?
Towards their citizens.
Oh, well, that's hard. I don't know too much about what's going on in Iran. I'm a doctoral student in microbiome, so I know about buggies, but I don't know
too much about what's going on in Iran right now.
We have a question, a group question. Stick around for it. You too. You can join in on there. Nope, not a fan. Who is more oppressive to women in their countries? Iran or here in America in the Trump administration?
Here in America in the Trump administration.
Okay. Why so?
Because he puts himself first and doesn't put America.
Okay. What about Iran is least oppressive? Chief Wild. Hey, you're committing a hate crime right now with your shirt. What are you doing? Iran or America?
Just a case-by-case basis.
Okay. Well, let's go off of one of the cases. Women could be arrested if they try to divorce their husband in Iran, but not in America. So what about that case?
I mean, wasn't like up until recently, women couldn't open their own like credit card at a certain point in the U.S.?
Recently?
Within my parents' lifetime.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what does this have to do like contextually?
We're just polling students here. What do students think about oppression and who is more oppressive towards the women in their countries, Iran or America under the Trump administration? Who's more oppressive?
Is it like our job
I don't
to
know,
like
bro.
go and police other nations?
I mean,
I thought you were.
Nah.
You don't have you can't choose for women which would be more oppressive.
Well, I'm not a woman. I don't think it's my right to say which group, if the other group is having more or less rights. I think that's up to the people it's actually affecting.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be hard for me to be like, if gay people were more or less oppressed in a certain country as not.
Oh, let's do that one. Are gay people more oppressed in Iran or America?
Probably Iran.
Why would you say that?
Because there's specific laws that won't let gay people get married.
Oh, or kiss or hold hands.
Probably.
More oppressive towards gay people. Now let's do women. How about for women? Iran or America? Who's more oppressive?
Ask a woman. How about you?
What is a woman? How would I know who to ask? Who do you think oppresses their citizens more? The Trump administration or the Ayatollah and his supreme leader group? Well, I don't know what they call themselves. Which one would you say?
I don't know what is the Ayatollah?
The supreme leader, he just died like a dog in Iran. He was the supreme leader of Iran.
I would say the Trump administration for now, but I don't know too much about.
What do you know about Iran and their laws and their way of governing?
I don't know too much about it.
Well, did you know that it's actually illegal? He wants to support criminalizing divorce, women who want to divorce their husbands. Trump wants to do that.
That's really just insane.
Yeah, and he thinks dogs are unclean. And so if you're in the Capitol, he wants it to be able to where the police can seize your dog because he thinks dogs are unclean.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And also, if there's a woman who is Muslim and they want to convert to Christianity, or anyone for that fact, that would be illegal to do. Donald Trump supports all of those things.
Yeah, there's just so much that he's done that it's insane. And
everything I just told you is actually what the Ayatollah and their supreme leader in the government there, the Islamic State, believes in. With that limited information, who do you think is more oppressive?
I would say they're equally as oppressive, but in their different ways, especially because the dynamic, like, their countries are obviously run differently. So, like, quote unquote, democracy looks different in different countries. So I imagine like they're both being oppressing women in different ways. So that's all I'm going to really say about that.
Well, what do you think? The government in Iran, who's controlled by an Islamic supreme leader, or Donald Trump, who was democratically elected by the majority of voters in this country?
It's a really great question because he didn't win the public vote.
He did win. He won the majority vote.
No, he did. Electoral college, sure, but not the public vote.
Oh, you don't. Okay, what is the public vote?
The by person vote.
Okay.
Per
do
person,
you mean?
one per
Do
one.
you mean the majority vote?
The majority vote? Yes.
He did win that.
No, I would check that again.
How about you? Who do you think is more oppressive to their citizens? The Iranian government or Donald Trump administration? Say nothing if you think it's Iran. Very good. We agree. Does he usually see other people? Because he looks stunned. Is it my makeup? I did pretty good on my makeup today.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. Very cool. What do you guys? Did he win?
No.
He would win. Do a staring contest with him next, okay? Because he's gonna beat you. Well, honestly, I mean, he's very good at staring.
Yeah. Also, is this your body? He's pretty good too. He's got a pretty good stare down.
Yeah, well, we don't know. Yeah, he's got some. Who do you think is more oppressive to their citizens, the Iranian government or the Trump administration?
We have a more fun debate.
I really don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know about Iran. I do hope that, that situation resolves itself well.
What is a woman?
I don't know. What are you like? What is a woman?
Yeah, well, you said you should ask a woman. I'm just wondering what a woman is, so I can ask one about Iran.
If I'm asked, if I should ask a woman what a woman is, then why would I refer to myself?
So, what is a woman?
What is a woman?
Yeah, what is a woman?
I'll ask a woman. What is a woman?
How do you know I'm a woman?
Because you seem to be presenting as a woman.
Which would mean.
I mean, pretty like Caitlyn Bennett, female. Like that's pretty like I feel like it's pretty much a thing.
What are the laws for women in Iran?
I think you want us to say Iran, and I understand that, but that doesn't
Why?
mean
Why would I want you to say that?
because there's been a lot of rights like that have been decline of women, and I think that's perfectly fine, but it's not a competition. Two things can be true at once. I'm not sure who you're competing with.
There's just different kinds of oppression depending on where you are and who you are.
Sure. So what kinds of oppression does the Iran regime submit their women to?
Similar type is here, religious and personal mostly.
Okay.
Education.
I don't think they're allowed to have
What are some similar laws?
Laws?
I don't know. I feel like they're kind of.
I
feel crazy saying anything.
I know.
But
they have more laws, but ours is more socially driven.
So it's not the government.
No, it's the government, especially with new legislation and writing that's coming out where they're trying to. Technically, it's against trans people, but making it so that you're not.
We're talking about women.
Yes, but making it so that people who have different last names from their birth certificate can't vote, can't participate in these things means that women who are married, which considering the fact that our social sphere encourages women to change their last name to get married to men, it means that they lose power.
That's not true. Who do you think is more oppressive to their citizens? The Iranian regime or Trump's administration?
I don't have enough information for that, and I think people should think about these things before they, come to a strict conclusion, because there's a lot of historical background to all that.
Which government is more oppressive to citizens, namely women? The Iranian regime or Donald Trump's administration?
I mean, to be honest, I can't really speak on that. I don't really know. I don't really follow politics that much. I follow Jesus Christ. So I definitely need to brush up on politics.
What type of government did Iran have?
It was a dictatorship? I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah. What type of government do we have?
Democracy.
Okay. So just based on that fact, could you guess which is more oppressive to their citizens?
I mean, dictatorship.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. All right, we'll end it there. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Right.
Appreciate it. Have a good day. Jesus loves you. We're polling students today. Who is more oppressive to their citizens? The Iranian regime, the Ayatollah, or Donald Trump's administration here in the United States?
What do you mean? Like,
out of the two options, who oppresses their citizens more? The Ayatollah, the regime in Iran, or Donald Trump's administration here in America?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm not really that informed on the situation to be saying, like,
I know you are. No.
No?
Yeah, no.
I mean, I feel like Trump oppresses us to an extent because like we still have like our freedoms and stuff like that, but he's trying to get rid of them too. Like he's like continuously trying to like get rid of the women's rights as well with like the what was it called again? Like that big beautiful bill, something like that. So
what women's rights are in Iran?
I'm honestly not informed on that.
Okay. Yeah, no. We really don't know much about Iran. Like, I haven't done any studying either, like, on it, because, like, I've been too busy doing my own stuff, and I think everybody's the same. Like, they have their own lives, and honestly, I think it's a good thing that you're trying to, like, make people informed.
Who is more oppressive towards women in their countries? Iran or here in America under the Trump administration? Go.
Oh my God. I'm not educated on this. I'm sorry.
You like women.
I love women. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's smart.
I think you said, what was the question? Say it one more time.
Where are women more oppressed, Iran or here in America?
I don't know if I could say. I think they're oppressed everywhere.
Ooh.
More oppressed. You have two options.
I'm
You
not-
guys know what like more,
Whoa.
you know, when you're comparing, right?
I do.
You know,
I can answer the question.
Okay, I want him though, because he specifically said he likes women.
Okay.
I'm not a woman. I'm sorry. I can't tell you that. I don't know. Can you put the camera on him?
Put the camera on this guy. Oh, what's my answer? Yeah. I'm kind of like in the same boat with my brother over here. I don't know much about like the policies in Iran
Okay.
or the U.S.
What type of government system does Iran have?
I don't really know.
Who is more oppressive towards women in their countries? Iran or here in America under the Trump administration?
Iran, 1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do your fellow classmates here at USF have nothing to say? They won't even answer.
I honestly don't know. I think I just think everything's so, media's just so like, everything turns. Like the one video I keep seeing about the school, you probably saw it, like the girls' school and like the bombing saying it was like the US. But I just think everyone wants to block out what Donald Trump is doing because in the end they just think they don't like Donald Trump. We can't like anything he does. But in reality, he's helping so many other countries, not just ourselves.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. What a nice, well-balanced answer. Respectful, smart. Thank you. That's refreshing. You really think that Iran's government, their laws and their policies that come from the Ayatollah, which is a dictator who runs under Islamic rule, is more equally oppressive? Is it equal oppressive as Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. So is it illegal here in America to divorce your husband?
No, but it's incredibly difficult, and it's
So
incredibly.
it's not illegal. You won't be arrested for doing that, right?
No.
You would be arrested for that in Iran.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it illegal for you guys to walk around without your head covered?
No, but that's
No.
a different religious belief
Yeah.
as well as legal. And again, it's not the same kind of oppression.
Well, do you think it would be oppressive if Donald Trump came out and did an executive order demanding you guys to cover your hair in public?
Sure, it's not a religious belief that we share.
Okay.
But again,
But it would be oppressive, right?
yes.
Okay, so
but
2
again-
for 2 for Iran. Would you go to jail for leaving your house without your husband's permission here in America?
Sorry, come again?
Would you go to jail for leaving the house without your husband's permission here in America?
No, but again, it's a different kind of oppression.
Explain that.
Well, if you want to look at generally Donald Trump, his treatment of women is horrific. Anything in the Epstein files, there is just so much happening. All of the crimes that he has been accused of.
We are
Having-
talking about laws and policies under these governments.
Yes, but laws and policies are not the only way to subject somebody to oppression.
I'm very concerned and alarmed at the amount of young women on this campus who support their own extermination and the demise of their fellow citizens. Very alarmed. But what is the public vote?
The public vote?
Yeah.
The 1-per-1 vote where voters go and they cast.
Okay.
And then there's the electoral college, which matters more.
Okay. So he won democratically, right?
I wouldn't say that. There is some evidence that there's certain counties where Kamala got absolutely 0 votes. So
Interesting.
he did publicly admit to,
Okay.
skewing it a little bit.
So is his administration today more oppressive than the government in Iran?
I mean, that's beyond where my knowledge lies.
What do you know about Iran?
Not a whole lot, honestly.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. True or false? A woman could be publicly flogged and arrested for going out and about without her husband's permission.
And a woman can't get her tubes tied without having children and her husband's approval.
So true or false? True or false? You got to answer a question first before asking one.
It's 2 very separate things.
I know. So we'll answer my question first, and then I'll
I don't
answer
know
yours.
enough to answer your question.
Yes, it is true. A woman could be arrested and publicly flogged for going outside without her husband's permission or a
Does
supervisor.
one thing being worse than the other make a bad thing not bad?
Yeah, I think a woman being arrested for going outside without her husband's permission is pretty bad.
Okay. Is it
Yeah.
not also bad that a woman can't get her tubes tied or get her uterus removed without husband's permission or having children.
Is that the law?
No, but it's very common and it's
okay.
not prevented.
So it's not in the law. These are just doctors' decisions who can perform surgeries based on their own preferences.
Yeah, but we regulate surgeries.
Yeah. Well, so it's not the law, but it is the law that a woman could be arrested for being outside without her husband's permission, or a supervisor, basically.
And what I'm saying is that,
which is worse?
well, clearly being arrested for being out without her husband is worse.
So
But
that's more okay. So we've got 1 point for
sentence?
more oppressive towards Iran. Okay, I'm gonna keep points here.
Does that not also mean that the current administration here cannot also be oppressive? Does one thing being bad mean the other cannot also be bad just because
No.
it is worse?
That's why I asked which one is more oppressive.
Okay. And I know your beliefs, and I'm saying that even though one is worse than the other, why can't this
Which one is
also be
worse? Which one is worse?
Clearly Iran is worse.
Why couldn't you just say that to begin with?
Because I don't know much about Iran. I'm going based on the information you told me.
Just like off the top of your head, what you know about Donald Trump, what you know about supreme leaders, dictators, under Islamic State rule. You have no, like, just off the cuff, like, probably this one versus this one. You have, like, a guess.
Like I said, I don't really like keep up with politics like that, so like I personally can't like comment on anything. But, like, I mean, Donald Trump's one individual, so like obviously I'm sure.
Well, his administration, under his government here in America, are women more oppressed here than they are in Iran under the Ayatollah and the supreme leader with an Islamic State?
Like I said, I really don't know.
You have no guesses. Okay. Which is worse, dictatorship or democracy?
Oh, dictatorship, like for sure, 100%.
Okay. So with that knowledge, who do you think might be worse for women?
Probably whoever's like in a dictatorship position. I mean, I know some people feel Trump's administration might feel like dictatorship kind of, but like that's just some people's opinions. And like
The Islamic regime in Iran or Trump's administration here in America?
Islam.
Islam?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do your you've probably heard, they won't even answer me. They won't say anything bad against the Islamic State in Iran. Why is that?
I don't know. I think it's crazy that like you see a lot of people like hijabs here, and like a lot of people come from those countries here to study and for like better job opportunities and everything, and then like they're shaming America. It's like, if you don't like it, like go back to your country.
Yeah. Who do you think is more oppressive? The supreme leader who was just recently killed in Iran, or Trump?
I don't think I'm educated enough on the subject to give a straight answer.
Okay. But just
I mean to look more into it.
Okay. What more information would you need to know about Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah, who reigns from an Islamic State, versus Trump? Could you just give a wild guess of who you think, just from like definitions and stuff, who might be more oppressive?
I'm not very educated on the history of Iran. I've been meaning to find a few things to look up on that, so I'm not educated enough to give a proper answer to that. I apologize.
No, don't apologize. I appreciate it. What do you know about the Iranian government and their laws? Where do they come? Where do they get their laws from?
I'm so sorry, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Where do we get our laws from?
The government?
Mm-hmm.
Like the legislative branch?
Yeah. But like they're debated in Congress, right?
Sure.
Unless it's an executive order, right?
Sure.
Iran, they get their laws from the supreme leader who says that they call him the Ayatollah, which is divine by God or something like
the
that.
Dictatorship. Yeah.
Yes.
Is what it sounds like.
Exactly. And they go from Islam. So he thinks that he gets information from God and he can rule from an Islamic point of view, and he can tell the military what to do. Is all up to him. And it is illegal for you to walk your dog in public in Tehran, the capital, and your dog could get put down if you dare take it out of your home. Did you know that?
I don't know what the context of this is. I will say I do think that's why separation of church and state is important, right? So that we're not making laws based off of
Personal religious.
Exactly. I think it's very important for it to be more objective, and I can see how that is a problem both in Iran and at times in the US as well.
How? Okay. On
I
that
don't
point.
want to compare the two, but I'm just saying, like,
Well, I am asking you to compare the two. Which one is more oppressive to their citizens?
It seems like they don't like having their dogs walked in public. They're like, I don't know, Like, I don't know the context of why they don't like that.
The supreme leader, the Ayatollah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just took him out.
We good. You got that, bro. You got that on
Hey, this was meant to be. You're gonna phone a friend. You're gonna help them, right? Okay, stick around. He's
Nick,
gonna
right?
help you. You know Nick.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. Now I know your name. What's your name?
Karthik.
Okay. All right. He claims he like. It's just one answer. He loves women, and we're talking about women today. Which country's government system is more oppressive towards women, Iran or America?
I don't like talking about politics.
Iran or America? Which one
Right.
oppresses their women more?
I'm not educated enough in that field to make like a good answer. In all honesty, really,
What do you know about Iran's system of government?
not much. Obviously there's not great stuff happening in both countries, though. Let's be honest.
I'm so disappointed in this campus, guys.
I mean, women could also be used as a vessel after they died, and you know, like even if there's a baby in the womb, have you seen that story?
Yes.
There was a woman, yeah, and there was a fetus in her womb, and she died. She was brain dead, and
Mhm.
they were keeping her alive for it. So I don't think that's ethical at all, and that's another issue we have here.
Is that worse than what's going through in Iran for the women there?
Again, I don't think this is a competition. Yeah, I do agree with you. I do think
all
Iran
you had to
has
say.
oppressive policies.
More oppressive policies.
That doesn't mean that we can't make a change here.
What do you think? Is it more oppressive there for women?
Probably.
Yeah. No, it's a yes. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah. If you guys had daughters there, they'd probably be married off at the age of 9. Yeah. 2 adult men in their 30s and 40s. Yeah. Yeah, we don't do that here.
Come on, that's the most easiest answer these days. I can't pronounce the man's name, but the previous Iranian leader, I mean, come on. We could go down all the way A to Z. It's oppressed how they read, how they learn, how they even dress. You name it, everything A to Z. And I'm sorry I got this a little bit. I flip out when what most people call the president, I call him Big T. Talking about like he doing all this wild crazy stuff. I mean, I'm gonna be straight or real with you and anyone up in here. No one is more a supporter or a defender of freedom than Donald Trump.
The thing is, when we talk about what's more oppressive, those people are deeming that their government is oppressing them, and they've been protesting and rising up, and they're getting killed in the streets by the tens of thousands and publicly hanged. Public executions.
That's like very unfortunate. I really hope that they're all safe with that.
But would you say just on that point, that is more oppressive than what the Trump administration has done?
I mean, yeah, but you can't just compare like two countries with completely different backgrounds, completely different reasons. Like, if
We
the
sure
Trump
can.
administration was doing that, like, it would be a really big problem. But also, there's an element of like, is that our problem to solve?
I'm not arguing that. I'm wondering which is more oppressive to their citizens.
Well, no one has ever tried to like publicly overthrow Trump. So I don't know. Until that happens, I guess we can only make.
Why hasn't anyone or a group of people tried to publicly overthrow Trump?
I mean, I have no clue, I guess.
Because he's not that oppressive.
Well, I also think that we live in a democracy, and I think that it seems from what you're saying, which I don't know if this is true or not, what you're saying, it sounds like this is a dictatorship, so I just don't think those two are comparable. I also am really not an
So we
expert
can't
in, like,
say
Middle
that a
Eastern relations. I don't
dictatorship
know.
is more oppressive than a democracy under Trump. We can't say that?
A dictatorship. Well, it depends on the democracy.
I would say
Yeah,
that
there
the
you go.
Iranian government is more oppressive than the Trump regime. However,
the Trump regime, the Iranian government, but the Trump regime. Okay, I like that wording.
I know, kind of funny. Sorry.
No, you're
However, I don't think that erases the struggles that people are facing under the U.S. government.
No, it doesn't. I agree with you.
I understand the point you're making. I think the Iranian government and the things the Iranian people have had to go through over the last century, if not more, is much more difficult than any kind of political unrest we have had in the United States. But like I said, that doesn't mean that the political issues we're having now in the United States aren't worth caring about.
I agree.
Aren't all more people in Iran oppressed?
Yes, we're talking about, okay, so all people. Who is more oppressed? All people.
Millions of subscribers.
A million subscribers?
Yeah.
On Facebook, it's almost 2 million.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats, guys.
Yeah, all right, so you answer, Iran or America? We got an answer? No?
Oh.
We're still on that because I haven't gotten an answer.
I love America. We're in America. Come on.
Okay.
Like, what?
All right.
I don't have an answer.
Guys.
I don't have an answer.
How disappointing. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's for my YouTube channel.
If U.S. citizens are already endangered and there's nothing else we can do or litigate it or negotiate in any other way and we're forced into a conflict, then that's something that we should support. But if we can find a way around it, then we should absolutely go for that avenue first.
Okay. Do you think Donald Trump and the administration did try to go talks, negotiations, and deals first? Or do you think the strikes were wrong?
I believe from what I've seen on social media that talks were attempted over the years, but in recent events with everything with political heat in the Middle East, that the events that occurred were unavoidable.
Okay.
Talks were proposed, they were rejected, they happened, and then they were ignored. So eventually there was going to be a raise of conflict.
Okay. All
He
right.
had to put his foot down.
Think so?
I think so.
You think so? Okay. So, yes, we do support the strikes.
In extreme measures.
And if it's an yeah.
Wasn't an extra because they already happened.
Yeah,
So-
he did. He's dead like a dog.
You can't say that.
He's dead. No, he is dead.
He's
he died like a
like a
dog,
dog.
a sad dog. Yes or no, do you support military action against Iran?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, it just has to be for the right reasons, which I believe are right now. So, yeah.
Okay. Like 20 seconds. What are the right reasons that you see that you support?
Spreading democracy and freedom and making sure that the people have a right to vote for their next leader and all that, and not just ruled by a single person.
Who is more oppressive towards their women? Iran's government or the America's government under Trump?
Definitely Iran's government.
Okay, thank you. You're very smart because you like good music.
He was a dictator, and I think Trump did the right thing. He's just taking out dictators.
Yeah. 2 for 2, aren't we?
Yes, 100%. I'm waiting on Cuba next. I'm Cuban, so I'm hopeful.
Hopeful. Okay, tell us a little bit about why. So you're Cuban.
Yes.
Why would you support, I guess, Trump taking military action in Cuba?
Because they've been a dictatorship for years and years now. Basically, my entire family fled Cuba to the United States because of safety, financial, everything. Like, my mom and my grandma moved here to give me everything that I have now, and Cuba's a beautiful country. It's beautiful, but it's destroyed right now. There's no food, no nothing. It's deserted. It's horrible.
As an American, I want to defend my country and represent my country. And if you're openly saying death to America, that's something that I'm personally not going to stand for.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Hope you guys win. What are you running for?
The vice president.
Of the whole student government?
Yes.
And I hope you guys win.
Jesus Christ is King. All right, here you go.
Very good.
you,
All right,
thank you.
James,
Thanks, guys.
you were saved from having to tear them to shreds. Thank you, guys.
James, do you agree with what she believes in?
It's not his job to agree or disagree. Why? Why does that matter?
I was just asking a question.
You're more scared of me than you are of James over here. Actually, if you think some of these crazy liberals out here, not specifically on this campus, but need a little bit of, I'm watching you from James up here. You can go to patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett to support my work. $5 a month to my security fund goes all to them every single month. It's a bit, I'm busy out here and I need to be safe. And James is very intimidating. So thank you to James. Thank you to you guys for keeping me safe. Let's keep going.